Welcome back to my channel. So happy to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Tonight I'm going to make an easy summer dessert. It's pretty easy, but the only problem is I don't have all the ingredients, so we're going to have to alter some. But it should come out okay. We're just going to play with it. But it's called, I keep forgetting what it's called. It's a 4-layer chocolate dessert. The only thing we have to do is bake the crust, but it's only a couple of ingredients. So let me get started. I got the oven preheated, and this is going to be good if you like chocolate. So let's get started. 1 cup of flour and a half a stick of butter. Cold butter. It was cold. I've been kind of... But I'm going to make this into small crumbs. And there's no liquid in this crust. But if I feel like I need some, I'm going to add some. There's no sugar in the crust. But you can add a half cup of walnuts. We're going to stir this into the crust after I make the butter into like pea size, but you can use walnuts, pecans, whatever, and you're supposed to toast them, but I didn't toast them today. I'm just going to do this. So let me break this up, and then I'll be right back. It's pretty dry, and I tried to hold it together with my hands, and it didn't really hold together, so I'm going to add just a tiny bit of water, even though it doesn't call for it. I'm just going to go ahead and add just a little bit, not much, just a few drops, just to kind of where it holds together a little bit. This is one of those recipes I think you could play around with, because you want to be able to, I don't want to spend all day trying to press it in the pan. Add a tiny bit more. It's pretty dry. That looks pretty good right there. That looks like if we hold it together in our hands, it'll make a clump. And I want to make sure that I distribute the water evenly. So let's see. Yeah, it's still a little dry, but I think that's good. And I'm gonna add these pecans and just stir these in. And we have to tell you a secret. We added like a tablespoon of confectioner sugar to the crust. We always don't listen to the recipe. Not always. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I'm going to pour it in this pan. It's just an ungreased pan. This is a 13 by 9. And I'm just going to take it, make sure I get everything out, and just kind of press it in here the best way I can. Depends on how much patience you have that day. It's doing okay. Hard to get it even though.
And when it melts, it's gonna form together.
Yeah, the butter's gonna. I have it a little bit uneven. I don't think it has to be perfect, but I don't want it to be. Oh well. I'm just gonna press it, and I'm gonna put it in the oven, and it sets for about 12 to 15 minutes. And I have it on 350. But once it turns a little golden brown, we'll take it out. It calls for 2 containers of Cool Whip. And I'll tell you the size. It's 8 ounces each. So I'm going to take some heavy whipping cream, and I'll put this in the freezer for a little while. You can also put your bowl in the freezer. So we're going to make our own Cool Whip. I'm going to use this whole container, and this should be enough. And if it's not, I'm going to make it enough. And I'm going to sweeten it myself. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of whipped cream cheese to help it stabilize overnight. So I'm going to start whipping this. And then I'm going to slowly add about a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. But I'll be back when it starts getting some stiff peaks so you can see what it looks like. You see it started whipping up, and I added about a fourth cup more to make it taller in the bowl so it would be quicker. So I'm just going to add my confectioner's sugar. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm probably just going to add it all. I just don't want it to spill everywhere. Now, you could sweeten this as much as you like. You could use any kind of sweetener you like. I'm going to mix that in. I'm going to add just a little bit of my favorite vanilla bean paste. This is kind of a dessert on the fly. kind of a tryout recipe. Cook with me video, whatever. So let's mix this in slowly because you don't want the confection. And I'm gonna add probably a couple tablespoons of this. Hopefully it's not gonna clump up everywhere because I didn't let it get too temperature, but I'll be back so you don't hear it. It looks like it's supposed to. Hopefully the cream cheese will help it keep its shape. But let me tell you, it's not overly sweet. I probably would add a little bit more sugar, but it's probably going to work out just fine because I'm going to actually make the pudding a little richer because I need to use some condensed milk that is almost expired. It's good. You might, but next time I would leave my cream cheese out just a little while. I'm going to set this in the refrigerator for right now until we're ready to use it. It took about 15 minutes, but I took it out. It's golden around the edges. It looks okay. You know, I think maybe next time I would just try graham cracker crust. But anyway, we'll see. This one might be delicious with the nuts in it. 8 ounces of cream cheese in here. I'm going to put 1 cup of confectioner sugar. If I can get it out. I don't want to touch it. Okay. And it doesn't say to add vanilla, but I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla because I really haven't used it in so long and I miss it. And I love the taste of it. And it also doesn't call for any liquid or anything to go in here. So I'm going to whip it and see how thick it is. In the end, we're going to mix it with some of the heavy whipping cream. So let me beat this, and then I'll show you what the cream cheese and the confectioner sugar. Now we're going to take, it says take one of the 8-ounce cartons of Cool Whip and mix it, fold it in here. So I'm just going to take like half of this mixture, which is probably a little bit more than you need, but that's okay. It's going to be fluffy. And the rest goes on the top. I'm just going to fold this in. And the crust is cooling, but we're going to have all our layers ready. I hope you can see this.
I can.
I know sometimes I'll block the camera. I apologize for that. I'm still getting used to the tripod set up this way. It's going to be really good. There's a cheesecake. My favorite cheesecake is a no-bake cheesecake, and it's so simple. I haven't made it in so long. But one day I'm going to show you guys. And it doesn't set up perfectly. It's really soft. But it's actually my favorite cheesecake. I like it better than baked cheesecakes. And it's flavored with lemon and vanilla. And it's really good. But I haven't made one because sometimes I eat too much of it. So I've just been not making that. All right, that looks good. I think I'm going to take one more spoon of this and put it in here. Make it a little fluffier. Okay, so I'm going to fold this, put this in the refrigerator, then we're going to make the pudding. Well, actually, it's the next day. So I wanted to make sure my whipped cream held up overnight, and it did. It looks really good. And I hope I divided it properly. But that's okay. This is the crust. I don't know if I'm going to like this crust. Anyway, we're going to start with the cream cheese layer. And mine's pretty thick. So I'm just going to put this over my... And I ate a little bit of extra pudding because we actually ate some last night. So I had to kind of fix it today. So I might have some extra today. I'm not going to put it all in here, I don't think. But the cream cheese layer is probably going to be... And the chocolate pudding mixed together, I think is going to be delicious. And just kind of spread it over the crust. I hope my dish is deep enough. Because this comes with a lid, actually. So just spread that. Oh, my crust came up. My mixture's too thick. I didn't have the... Actually, that's not... My crust might not have been patted down properly, but that's okay. That's just a summertime dessert. So I had to get these, hurry up and make this because of these big balls. I'll put these ingredients in these big bowls. Let's take it in my whole fridge. All right, so then we're going to put some pudding over, chocolate pudding. My chocolate pudding's thick. I like it thick. It's pretty thick. And that way I don't have to wait a long time for it to set. in the refrigerator. And I'm not going to use all of this pudding, I don't believe. But you got to spread it very carefully over the cream cheese. And my layers might not be exactly even, but you kind of, you know, put your favorite ingredients in. Make that the thickest layer. It's really, you don't have to follow it exactly. I'm just kind of spread it. I do want it to look layered though at the end, so I am trying to take my time in spreading it. Just move your pan around. Let's put a little bit, another blob right here. I actually put just a tiny bit more heavy cream in my, and milk, and then I put a little bit more pudding powder in. I just messed that up. Maybe I am going to use all this. I could make it swirly, huh? Just forget the perfect layers. I cooked cabbage and sausage this morning, and it's so good. I had to cook before my cabbage went bad. I messed up right here, but I'm gonna cover it up. I'm sure you could use any flavor pudding you want. And now I'm probably gonna have a little trouble with my whipped topping. I don't know if it's gonna go all the way across. Okay, just put that. It's a little bit uneven. All right, let's move these out of the way. Now I hope you can see. And I'm sorry, this is kind of the dark part of my kitchen. It's raining here, really rainy today. I need to go to the store. I don't like to go in the store in the rain. I don't want to get my hair wet. So we're going to just kind of carefully place this over. And it says to top it with some chocolate chunks. You could grate some chocolate. I'm going to use some semi-sweet chocolate chips, the mini ones. I need to use those. And I'm just going to sprinkle a few pecans on the top. And then when you serve it, you're supposed to serve a little chocolate syrup, and I think they're referring to this just Hershey syrup. Anyway, let me show you the picture. This is what it's supposed to look like. Mine might not look like this, but this is what it's supposed to look like. That's the ingredients, if you can see that. But that's what it's supposed to look like. I think I really wanted to make the one with the Oreos more than I wanted to make this one, but I thought it was so big, but this is going to end up being a big dessert too. Just enough whipped cream. So I used about 18 ounces of whipped cream, and that just putting a little bit of cream cheese in there just helps it stay stabilized. And Cool Whip would be easy too. Cool Whip would be. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm just happy I used some of these, and I still have some chocolate I need to use, so look for some dessert recipes, hopefully. Alright, and here's just a mixture of chocolate chips, the mini ones, and pecans. I'm just going to sprinkle it over the top. You can put cherries on the top. I thought about Reese cups on the top. Anyway, so that's what it looks like. I'm just going to sprinkle this over the top, put it in the refrigerator, and it should set pretty quickly because all my mixtures are so thick. I did it on purpose, actually, so we wouldn't have to wait a long time. So that's what it looks like. You get a good close up. And you can kind of see the layers in there. But it's not. We'll have to find a spot where I did a good job. Okay, I'm putting it in the refrigerator, and then we'll be back to cut it. Here it is, guys. You can see. Now, I probably should have left it in the refrigerator or the freezer a little bit longer, but I'm kind of impatient today. So I didn't know what to expect with this dessert, but I actually tasted the cream cheese layer with the chocolate layer, and it's really, really good. Now let's try the crust. It's nice. It's nice. Especially like pecans. Anyway.
Do you feel like the effort it took was worth it?
Yeah, because I really didn't have to wait until overnight to make it. I could have just waited through it because it was kind of late when I started. That's why I waited till overnight. Anyway, it's pretty easy, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And it's a great recipe, and if you use Cool Whip, it's extremely easy. And if you make a graham cracker crust, that's even easier. So I hope you enjoyed the video, the recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more delicious recipes. I hope to bring out some more desserts. It's been a while since we've been making desserts because it's really hot, so we have to think of no-bake desserts. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.